Today is my filming day, and I didn't really feel like making a video. It's been a long week, and honestly, it sounds too tiring to think of something to talk about. And so actually, today I just want to talk about that. I want to share with you a mindset I've been currently trying to develop, and I thought maybe it might inspire some of you to do the same. Imagine you dream of growing a beautiful garden, and one day you finally decide to actually start working on it. And after walking around your yard for a while, you find the perfect spot where the sunlight hits the pond, reflects onto the trees, illuminating the leaves, making like a natural light show. It feels magical. You can feel the excitement of finally taking your dream and doing what it takes to make it a reality. After buying the soil and the gravel, you have everything you need to get started. You work for hours before the sun finally sets over the hill, and you feel pretty good about what you've done. So you go to bed. You can hardly sleep with all of the garden ideas that are entertaining your brain. And so the next time you wake up and you're a lot more tired than the day before. You step outside to keep working, but all you see is dirt. It's the same dirt you laid down in a moment of inspiration, but now it just looks like dirt. Nothing but dirt. Nothing like the garden you've dreamed of. You call it a day. Days pass and you hardly even think about the garden idea anymore. Then something ignites your inspiration, whether it's a picture of a beautiful garden or just someone mentioning a garden, and you're like, oh yeah, I want to work on this garden. So now you buy the next step, which is flowers and seeds, and you go back to the patch of dirt. The sun hits just right again, and you feel it. You look at the ground, and you see the dirt, but instead of just dirt, you see a foundation of opportunity and potential. So under the glistening leaves, you plant, you pull weeds, and you water. After being consistent for a while, one day you just wake up and you think about your garden, and it discourages you. It's so tiring to maintain, and it seems to be so much work with very little reward. Just little sprouts everywhere, and the flowers are so spaced apart that you mostly just see the dirt. You don't feel like working on it, and so you don't, and forget about it for another couple of days. But then, of course, you finally come back to it one day, and you feel that inspiration again. But now you have so much work to do because you hadn't been working on it. You have to pull the weeds, and some of the flowers have died. You have to get new ones and kind of start over a little bit. Then it happens again. You feel like it's useless. You feel like it's too much work, and you don't feel like working on the garden. But remember, you do want a garden. It's been your dream. You didn't expect this much work, but there was a time where you would have been willing to do whatever it takes. So what changed? Well, then it hits you. You don't feel like gardening, but that doesn't mean you don't want to garden. This whole time, every day, you've made a decision to either work on it or not to work on it based on if you felt like it or not. So you go outside, you look at the sky, no sun, just a cloudy day, muggy, kind of even looks like maybe it's about to rain. No reflection on the pond, and the leaves are still. You look at the soil with the little sprouts that are still trying to grow. They need care. Whether someone feels like it or not, they still need attention. You take a deep breath, and even though you certainly don't feel like it, you say to yourself, I want to work on this garden. I feel like as creators, we almost have a curse in the way that we often don't feel like doing what we want to do. And that's kind of what I want to talk about. More often than not, I don't feel like working on music or my YouTube channel or any creative stuff. But these are all things that I know I want to do. It's just that I don't feel the mood or the inspiration. And I'm realizing that the more I make an everyday decision based on what I feel like doing, well, mostly I'll feel like playing a video game rather than working on music because it's easy, it's right there. I'm not going to feel like working on the things that I want to do, and weeds are going to grow and flowers are going to die. It's extremely easy to work on music and videos when I feel like it, but it's a lot harder to work on things for the future without that instant gratification. It's almost like working out, which I've only recently been consistent at. It's like I don't want to work out when I'm not feeling strong, but that kind of defeats the purpose, is you work out to be strong. So I only want to work on music once people listen to it. I only want to make a video when I get views, but you can't get those until you work on it and until you go through the steps of not getting that many views and not getting that many listens. I just wanted to share this with fellow creators like me because If we're honest, we would much rather put in the effort tonight and wake up with 1 million subscribers. And we love to blame time, but usually it has very little to do with time. We have after work, we have before work, we have Saturday afternoons, but we're so tired from everything else, it's just easier to say, I'll do it another time when I'm feeling up to it. So that's what I've been doing with this channel is every other Saturday is film day, and the Saturdays in between is edit day. And then I try to post every other Tuesday. And I want to encourage anyone who's come this far into the video to try to do something similar. If you want to work on something, set aside, if you can, once every day. If not, try once a week. And that's better than nothing, right? And just once a week, Saturday morning, you just wake up and you just work on it. You set aside your feelings just for a second. And you tell yourself, I don't feel like doing this, but I want to do this. And then put in whatever effort you can. Your dreams deserve the effort. And you deserve to see them come to life. But you are the only one that can do that. And rather than in the moment feelings, try to make that your motivation, even on the cloudy, muggy days. Thanks for dropping by.